All right, today we're going to talk about weeding a little bit here. And for weeding in your garden, this weeding fork is your friend. A lot of people don't have one of these, but a weeding fork makes it really, really easy to get the roots out on when you're weeding dandelions, thistles, other things, grasses, anything like that, especially if you have ground cover and those kinds of things. So when you have a weed, it's really important to get the roots out. So if you don't get the roots out, that will grow back even stronger. So you need to get the roots out. So if you just have, one of the main fundamentals is always try and weed after raining. If you weed after raining, it makes it a lot easier. But if you're trying to just pull this out, a lot of times with dandelions, you get this without the entire taproot. So there's a big bunch of roots that go down. So now right here, I will have 3 dandelions that pop back up again. That's probably what happened with this one last time, is it pulled into a bunch. But if you take the weeding fork and you put it in the ground and you just wiggle it back and forth a little bit, pull it out, then you can take and get the entire taproot out on the dandelion, and you get the entire root, and then you don't have to weed. Well, that one's screwed up because I didn't get it enough, but so that way you don't have to weed with this weed more than once. So it works really well for dandelions, works really well for grasses, like I said, but also for thistles. You might remember these guys from when we planted our apple tree here. But what you want to do is just go down in here and just loosen the soil around things. And then with thistles, I like to go underneath of the mulch so that way you don't get to the thorns. And then it just pulls out most of the root. Thistles are really difficult to deal with because these are all probably the same plant that just grows underneath the ground. And so you pull it out and you get as much of the root as you can, and you just have to constantly do it or kill it with Roundup. So those are your options with thistles in order to get them out. So you can see how far they go down there. And then same theory with grass, but make sure to get a weeding fork. It will be your best friend in the garden. All right, so here's how we do grasses, especially when they're in between some things. So down here, we've got some stuff that I want to keep, mostly just these violets that are growing here. They do a great job of naturalizing. Everything else is pretty much weeds. So you can just go in here and you loosen these guys up a little bit, and then you can keep what you want from in there and just pull the roots out on the grasses. And so this is a type of grass that spreads by rhizome. So you got to get as much of that out as you can. So it's loose in there. Pull those guys out. So see all these roots that are coming out with them. And then these are the violets that I want to keep. So we're going to pull around them and get these. They're called rhizomes. We're going to get these guys out. And you're not going to get all of them right away, so it takes a few times in order to get everything out. So that is how we work to get the grasses out that are in between plants. So see, here's a really good one. This is a lot of plant right there, and so you want to get all those roots out.